Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your boy J Mad, and you're listening to Coffee and Conversation on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa, that's right, Alexa can make it do just what it's supposed to do. Hope you all had a great Memorial Day and weekend. I did very relaxing, very relaxing. But I am glad to be back on air today. Really glad to be back on air today. I simply wanted to start this conversation off. I don't know if you all has paid attention to the news yet again. The mishandling and the mistreatment of black men. This morning, I truly struggle with it. Emotionally, I am struggling with it. The way I am the father of 3 sons, and I myself appears to be a threat to white society and the police. Two different groups of people, because they are black police officers that treat us the same. And so please forgive me for me sounding somber, but what I'm feeling is definitely anger. It's definitely anger. I was kind of wondering or questioning or asking myself, when will we, the black community, officially come together? I'm not talking about this group of blacks or that group of blacks or rich group of blacks or poor. We have to understand that we're living in a time frame where we have to do something. We have to do something. The nonsense of you look like somebody that was using counterfeit money, and it looks like you are under the influence. So we take you down, we handcuff you under the car with the knee around his throat, and he's saying that he can't breathe, and you literally watching these cops kill this black man. And then a bird watcher in the one park, a white woman, he tells the white lady to put the leash on the dog, because that rule is there to protect the birds in that bird haven. She immediately called the cops and puts on this act in front of the 911. I have to get to a place. I guess I have to get to a place where my mind can wrap around these things. I don't think my mind will ever be able to wrap around. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Romania. Good morning, Jackie. The dangers of having, I can't even say black men, just being black. I need for someone to really explain to me what we need to do. Because you get to a point where you're literally fed up. You're literally fed up. I'm sorry for being so somber. I probably shouldn't have watched the news this morning. The idea, and I watch other shows, and I watch other confrontations with how they handle white men. It's totally different. A white man can scream, holler, throw the ticket back in their face, and they won't do anything. The cops won't do anything. He could be walking out and they see him with the gun, and a shooting has just taken place. But they talk him down. We as a black community needs to learn to come together now. And we can't just use anyone. We really can't just use anyone to speak for us. Everybody, well, not everybody. We haven't been a threat since the beginning of time because of our strength and our intelligence. We have been. Some of us just don't realize how powerful we really are. Other races envy us because of it. Jackie, I think you just said an entire mouthful. I think you just, I honestly, after reading that, I honestly think that is the issue. To envy us because of our intelligence, because of our strength, because of our beauty. They love everything about us, but it's the very thing that they hate about us. Because I think if they know that if we really come into the realization of who we are, if whites come into a consideration, or not a consideration, of a realization. Let me rephrase that. When blacks come together and realize that is the issue. That is the issue. I posted something. Jackie said our ability to survive. I posted something on my Facebook page with this black man that was on American Got Talent last season or this season. I don't know which one it was. He was in jail for 37 years for a crime he didn't commit. He got out, told his story. Now he's on. He said he always saw himself singing at American Got Talent. Ended up making it there. And when I heard the man sing, it jumped in my spirit. I used these words on the page. We have been beat down, taken advantage of, and mishandled so much, but we always survive. We always come back and survive. Thank you, Jackie. That did my spirit a lot of good. It really did. Good morning, Sherry. Life for our community is difficult. Somehow, some way, we have to find a way to spark the the power and the influence, the test of the fortitude, for lack of a better phrase, of our community like it was back in the 60s. Can you imagine if our community had the same passion for our race as they did back in the 60s and 70s? Can you imagine what we really can do? Man, what a wonderful place. What a wonderful time that would be right now. That's just me. Other races want to be like us. Our ability to survive. All of that. All of that. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other places we're on, all the other platforms that we're on. I'm in my mood. Let's see if I can change the mood. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all great. You're listening to Coffee and Conversation with your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa, that's right. Alexa can make it do what it do. We are a beautiful people. We really, really are. Inside and out. We have our issues, yes. We have some things that has to be changed in our communities. We have some mindsets that is going to have to be removed from our community. But as a whole, we are a beautiful, strong people. We really, truly are. And we need to get to the point as a ethnic group that we need to come together and really, really make a change and a connection. We need to make a change and a connection in our communities. You remember the drumline and the statement that was made in there, and that's one of the biggest lines for that movie, and now we hear it all the time in different things. One band, one sound. Y'all remember that statement? One band, one sound. That's who we need to be. We have people in the right places. In the right day, we have financially influential people in the black community. But the problem is we're too separated. We're too separated. We literally need to create a theme of one band, one sound. We really, really do. I think that would help us better. We need to have a concentrated voice on who's speaking for us. And we can't give up our power. We can't give up who we are. But we also can't allow other people to come in between us as a group. You see the divide in politics alone. You see how they come and try to divide us. You know, I've never been a Biden fan, but right now he's the best of two evils. But Biden gets on air and tell a white man, this white man gets on air, Biden, on Charlemagne's show, and said because he's not, if he didn't know who to vote for between Trump and Biden, then he's not really black. He's not black enough. Why is it that whites why do they feel so free to do these and say these things? True, unfortunately, it's a learned behavior separation. It is. That separation, it was started back in slavery days. Think about it. You was either a house Negro or a field Negro. The house Negro stayed in the house. And usually one of the people in the house would run the rest of the slaves. So it was very much a learned behavior. It starts in the home. We have to come together in our families, our communities, then show them that we love each other. If they keep seeing us destroy others, they will continue to make excuses about why they do what they do. And that is very much true as well. Think about it. If we are not worried about, that's why when they came up with Black Lives Matter, and they started fighting the white cops and these things, there was a murder in Chicago. I saw on TV, so I went to the Black Lives Matter and said, hey, we need to put on a march because we had another black on black killing. His response to me was, "Oh, we don't protest on things like that." That was the words. I still have I think I still got the text message still in my phone, or it's on Facebook. We don't concentrate on things like that. If we're not showing our communities respect, I'll say that again. If we aren't showing our communities respect, why should they? Why should they? And you're right. We have to start within our own homes. We have to start within our own communities. I can't remember the lady's name. I'm watching Good Morning America. The black lady is it Gail on Good Morning America. When she did the story of the white lady calling the cops on a black man, and she was the one in the wrong. She couldn't finish the story. She literally broke down and started crying. Did you see what happened in Chicago this weekend? All those blacks on black killings. We need to do better. Chicago is one of the worst places that does that black on black crime, black on black killing. But and like Gina said, it's a learned behavior. It's a reason why Chicago is like that. That comes from back in the 60s. I ain't getting too deep into it, but the way the streets are run in Chicago, because Chicago is ran by mafia. Literally ran. The entire city is literally ran by the mafia. And so what people have been doing in Chicago is trying to carve out their territory, street land under their feet that they don't even own. We literally have to do better as a group. I'm not gonna keep y'all long this morning. I appreciate you. I did my 30 minutes. That happens too much. It's always black men that is being called on. The sad part is it's believed most of the time. Indeed, there are one of the statistics that they stated, Gina, was that in many cases, 911 calls have been used as evidence, undisputable evidence in trial cases. I grew up in Valence, so I know, but we still have to make better decisions. Let's do this. I am going to pray and then I'm going to get offline. I do appreciate y'all joining me this morning on Coffee and Conversation with J Mad. God, we thank you for your love, your greatness of who you are to us and how you have provided for us and did for us. My prayer this morning, God, is that you will heal our nation and that you will heal our communities, especially the black communities, God. I know you understand the plight that we're going through and you see everything and know everything. And God, you even know how to make the adjustments that needs to be made in our community. My desire, God, is that you send your spirit. You raise up an angel. You raise up a voice that will cause change to happen. Our community is sick and tired of the things that we're experiencing. So God, my prayer to you is to raise up a voice that will speak loudly, and that change will happen. God, I love you and praise you. In Jesus' name, amen. You all have a great, great, great day. I definitely intend to. All right? Love y'all.
So much more of me I'm showing now. These are the pieces of me. When it looks like I'm up, sometimes I'm down. I'm alone even with people all around. But that don't change the happiness I found. These are the pieces of me. So when you look at my face, you gotta know that everything, love and pain. These are the pieces of me. Like every woman I know, I'm complicated, for sure. But when I love till there's no love no more. These are the pieces of me. So many colors. They got this woman that you see, a good friend and lover. Fantasies. Now I'm gonna make mistakes from time to time, but in the end believe that I'm gonna fly. No matter if I'm wrong or if I'm right. So when you look at my face, you gotta know that I'm made of everything, love. Woman, yes, I'm